Anyway, okay, so we're gonna start on the ground, and I don't know if you guys got that email I sent you about the video I wanted you to watch, right? So, so that little demo I did from Roanoke, was in Virginia, was this concept of holding some, like being aware of something steady. So in this case, that guy was coming at me with a knife, right? So to hold the weapon steady, and then I would be able to move the rest of my body, right? So that idea of, you would see it in boxing, right? The boxer's got his arms up, but he's still able to move his head, left and right around, right? Like you're not locked to a position. So we're trying to find a way to hold one thing steady, but then do something else with something else, right? So if somebody's grabbed my arm and I have a knife, I'm able to do other stuff. I'm not just panicking because I don't have my arm.
Hi, Manny.
Okay,
Awesome, man.
I was
Awesome.
trying with this, couldn't make it.
Just put
Sucks.
good, man. Can you just put yourself on mute
Okay,
so we
okay.
can,
Okay,
so
we
just
start.
so everybody else. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome, guys. So how I would start this topic is we're going to start on the ground, right? So right now I've got, everybody can hear me okay? You're good? You're good, okay. So what I want you to do is with your legs, lightly push down. So just like kind of push down onto the ground with both your legs, okay? And now be very aware and make them very still, okay? That doesn't mean they're tense, just make them still, okay? And start to kind of stretch your body, okay? So move your upper body, but be very aware that the legs are still. So no matter what you do, they have to stay still. So it's like your awareness is in your legs and maybe your focus in your arms, right? But you're very aware the legs don't move. Awesome. Now, with a drill like this, there's no way I can really see if you're doing this correctly because I need you mentally to be here, like that your legs, you know how still your legs are. I can't see that. You just got to put that discipline in your own head, right? So now put your hands behind you, right? Just like that. And now I'm pushing down into the ground a little bit. It's like I want to lift myself, but I don't. So I'm keeping my arms really steady, but I'm moving my legs. Okay. And you can think of it as a stretch, but I'm trying to hold my arms still, pushing down, and I'm moving with my legs. Awesome. Now go on one bum cheek. So like I'm kind of like leaning on one thing. So I've got one hand on the ground and I've got the side of my leg also on the ground. So now I'm going to start to kind of move the two, my arm and my leg that are in the air. And I'm very aware and trying to hold this as still as I can. I mean, it's okay if you move a little bit, it's fine. But the idea is you hold these things still and you're aware and you're also moving your arms and legs. Switch sides whenever you like. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so now you have come close. So let me give you kind of the inspiration for the work we're going to do today, okay? When I first started, so I'll give you some different analogies and you can maybe understand where I'm trying to get at. So when I first became a supervisor at a telephone company I worked at, and then I eventually became a manager and director and so on, I realized that at the beginning, I would watch what people did a lot. And the same in martial arts. I was very good at what they did. But then you realize that that only take you so far. Then I started to pay attention to what people don't do. And I realized that that taught me as much, maybe a tiny bit more than what they did. And I realized, wow, I'm not aware of what I don't do. Like how could I be? So this was, what don't I talk about? What movements don't I do? What are words that I don't say? These are interesting. So by doing this drill that you did now, you're aware of what you're doing and what you're not doing. Right? Both are valuable for you. Should know that. You should know what is said and what is not said. And that was very important when people would talk to you. I came very clued that employees would listen very closely to what you said, but even more what you didn't say. And that was very profound for me, and it helped me tremendously. And the exact same thing happened in martial arts. Students would watch what you as a teacher do, and then also what you don't do and what you don't say and what you don't talk about. And this is very interesting. And you should be aware of the things that are like that you do. And in a bigger picture, if I had to extrapolate it, think of it like life. I need to be aware of the good as much as the bad. I can't pretend it doesn't exist. I need to be aware of the bad. I need to be aware of the good. This is really important for you. Because you can make your own decisions when you're aware of it. And then the bigger picture here, I don't know if you ever heard this phrase. It was to write is human, to edit divine. Okay, so for you just to write it's not that big of a deal. It's human, right? We write, but to edit yourself, that's divine. How do you edit yourself? And when you think of a major movie, like a big screen Hollywood movie, whoever wins that is usually going to win the editing one as well. Because the trick to movies and what an editor does is he makes sure that the people watching the movie pay attention to what they need to pay attention to. That you don't lose sight of the main goal of this movie, right? We need to edit ourselves so we don't lose sight of what the main reason of what we're doing is. Why are we doing this? Like, what's the purpose? So when you edit your movements, meaning you're aware of what you do and what you don't do, you then have clear purpose in what you're trying to do. Does that make sense to everybody? This is so high level because in that little video clip I showed you, the knife demo I did, I was very aware of what I was doing and what I wasn't doing, but my partner wasn't. And did you see that point where I actually showed him what he had? And everybody was like, holy crap, not the guy that was attacking me with knife and not 30 people watching understood what was about to happen. But I knew the position he was in. And I realized that I need to spend some time showing you guys to work with and know what you're doing and know what you're not going to do. How important is that to your life to say to yourself, I know exactly what I'm not going to do, right? Isn't that what some of your life lessons have been? I've seen some of my friends have made mistakes. I don't want to do that. I'm not going down that road. I've watched my friend. I'm going down that road. So life will give us experience. Some will tell us what to do. Others will be like, I don't want to do that. right? Like I know now how I don't want to train in martial arts. I know the training that's going to lead to injury and misery and frustration and anger and ego. I'm not going down that road, right? That's it, right? So, and I also know that the people you feel, the people that like you and the one that dislike you, it's fine. Not everybody has to like you. It's totally fine, but you need to know who they are. You need to know who those people are. And if you don't, find a way to figure it out. That's the best advice I can give you. So as we're going through this whole repertoire of like exercises and different things I'm asking you to do, where you're aware of what's not moving and you're aware of what's moving. Like I'm not just here and not here. I'm here as much as I am here, right? Now, in the old days, I remember seeing some martial arts that would make you hold a cup of water, right? And then you would do something. And then if you lost focus, the water would spill. Okay, if you want, I can do that too, but I don't think we need to. Like it's more of a game, right? I can just tell you, just hold your hand steady and just keep an eye on it, right? Just keep an eye on it and move, right? And see how steady you can hold something while moving something else, right? And you realize I'm here and I'm here. This is very important, okay? That makes sense, guys? I hope so. Just use this as the inspiration for the rest of the class, okay? Just what I said to you now, and also in anything you do, be aware of all the stuff, okay? Let's go. Okay, so up in a push-up, you can stay on your knees, actually. Let's stay on our knees to begin with, just a little bit easier, right? So keep everything very still and just start to move a hand, okay? Yeah, just start to move your hand. And it's okay to switch. Anytime you're tired, just switch your hand. The idea is that you keep arm and legs still and you're just moving and check, like see how far you can go. Of course, guys, keep breathing all the time, but just check. And then you can do the same with your legs too. So you lift up one leg, you're holding the arms very still and the legs still, and you're moving that one leg. Awesome. Good. Go on the ground, cross your ankles, right? Cross your ankles. I like that. And kind of like lightly squeeze your legs together, right? So you need to hold the two legs like one, okay? And you can move around, but the idea is that the legs stay straight and still. They can move, but you at least hold them like this, okay? So be aware of that your legs always stay together. Make sure that they stay together. You can move any way you like. Okay, like that. So you hold yourself. Now, you're going to see a lot, like there's endless amounts of drills we can do with this, but they're they have a very much like a wrestling feel to them. So like I grab somebody and I'm checking that I can move. So it's like I grab with my legs like I would grab an arm bar or something, right? Like whatever in between the legs, and I see how much I can move. So I kind of like grab myself a little bit now, and I have to hold obviously my arms still, but the rest of the body can move. Okay, let's go try it. Okay, guys, come close. How does it feel? Okay. Could you see how your mind started to wander? Did you see how it kind of bridges or no? How did you find it? I found for myself when I do this, or Tom, go ahead if you want an answer, go ahead.
It actually felt a little bit like wrestling with somebody because you would have that maintaining that contact with your arms. So I'm always astonished when these solo exercises start to have some of the feel of working with another person.
Yeah, they do, guys. I hope you always keep that in mind. Just remember, it's so easy when somebody grabs us like in a bear hug that we give all that attention. We forget about what we can do. Like, it's like, just think of it like when somebody gives you a problem, it's like it absorbs you. Like, don't let that happen. For you, say it's okay. It got me. Start to all the time start to say to yourself, what your mind should be able to go right away. What else? Not, oh, what don't I have? Like, rather you just think about what you don't have. Yeah, Jake.
I find that, like, for me, I have no space at all in here. So these
It's okay.
exercises, no, but they're very difficult for me to try to do. But what I found with this, I really focused on my breathing. Because I don't have the, like these guys got, like Tom's got all that room. I'm so jealous. I don't, but I'm doing the best that I can. So sometimes I go in the living room, I have more room there so I can move around.
Yeah.
But I found when I was doing that, I'm thinking, when I wrestle, I want to breathe. So when I'm doing this
Yes.
exercise, I want to breathe also. So yeah, so the breathing was very good. Yeah.
Remember, guys, start to see breathing as a doorway. Okay, it's like a sliding door from the inside of your house to the outside of your house. Think of it like a sliding door, right? It's, you don't want to lock that. Breath is like that. It allows you to go outside yourself, inside yourself, outside what I have, what I don't have, what I have, what I don't have. That's what I want you. Not I don't have, I don't have, I don't have. I can't move my arms. I can't move my arms. You don't even see another option, right? You don't even see it, right? You ever seen that finger trick, right? Where they lock the fingers and the trick is if you relax, it comes out. You ever seen that? But because they only can see what they can't do, I can't open my fingers. They never for once stop and go like that and it comes out, right? It's kind of funny, but how are you going to see those obvious situations, right? So now you can, I want you to lock yourself in all kinds of ways. So I'll give you an example. I'm going to hold my head, right? So I'm going to, like, I'm locking my head and I've locked up this part here and I'm going to start to kind of move, right? Another time I might lock up like my leg and I'm going to start to kind of move, right? Another time I'm gonna lock up my arms this way and I'm gonna start to move. So what I usually do is I think of 5 things. You've got your neck as like your head as a small arm, right? Like a little one. And you have your arms and your legs. So I usually will either grab an arm to an arm or a leg in an arm or a head in an arm. And I try to hold them still, but move with other parts of my body. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm trying not to over focus on what I can't do. Like I can't extend my arm. I'm not focusing on that, but rather I'm focusing on what my legs can do, right? Or if somebody's pulling on my neck, instead of focusing about the tension here and here, I just start to kind of move my spine, all right? So you're aware of what's locked up and you're aware of what's free and you're kind of moving with that, okay? And you can change that, just change it any way you like, okay? Any way you like, but somehow grab yourself, lock it, and then move. Lock it and then move, okay? Try that. Awesome, good. Come on, guys. Okay. So feel your hips now, right? Just sit on the ground there, wherever you like. Feel to bring all your focus on your hips. Okay, so try to sit evenly on your sit bones, right? Try to sit evenly and try to get it 50-50. So you're not kind of like everything is perfect on your bum, like right on your sit bones. And very slowly now, start to kind of punch with your arms. Be aware of what's happening in your hips, okay? Don't let the weight shift over, okay? Be aware. Any arm movement can be elbow, fist. Oh, here's an example. Here's a good analogy. Wait, imagine you're holding a coffee here, but the coffee's full, okay? So if it's a hot coffee, you're gonna spill it on your groin. Don't move it too much. Imagine you have the hot coffee here. You're moving, but if you move too much, it's gonna spill. So yeah. So see the speed even you can muster, but without moving the hips too much. The hips have to stay real still. Believe me, the hot coffee there, you won't move like that. Good, stay still. So now again, you imagine you have a hot coffee right between the legs here now. Imagine somebody's starting to punch you now. So exactly you have to move your head, okay? Or pushing you, they start to push your head. Move your face, but be aware down here. Be aware of your hips. You didn't, yeah, you can lean to one side to avoid the danger. You can lean back. You can imagine working from contact, but be aware of your hips. Don't move them too much. Don't be like that wiggly. Stay still right here. As much as you can, move yourself, but keep the hips still. Check, try to lean as much as you can, move around as much as you can, but without disturbing the hips too much anyway. Okay, now lie down on your back, okay? Keep yourself, your head, your spine, lift up your legs. So start to move your legs now, but don't lift your back from the floor. The back has to stay on the floor. Now put one leg down, work just with the one leg. You can switch whatever you like, but keep your back on the ground. Keep your spine on the ground and work with the leg. Now put your legs down, work with your arms. So everything stays on the ground, just your arms are in the air, moving around. Arms and legs in the air. So spine stays on the ground, but everything's moving, arms and legs. Good. Roll over onto your stomach. Good. Keep your legs on the ground, keep your stomach on the ground, keep your chin on the ground, and just from this position, move with your arms. It might look like swimming, might feel like swimming to you a little bit, it's fine. Just don't put your arms down. Keep your body very still, especially stomach. Now put your arms down, one leg behind you. Keep your stomach on the ground, right? Move your leg in the air without disrupting your stomach too much. Awesome, guys, good. Okay, come around for a quick second. Okay, so in this context, when I do ground like this, you have two choices. You can imagine somebody's on top of you. So let's say I'm on my stomach and somebody's on my back. So I'm trying to see if somebody's holding weight on my stomach, what can I do with my arms? What can I do with my legs? And vice versa, if I'm on my back and somebody's lying across, what can I do with my arms? What can I do with my legs? Not from a panic situation, just strictly from, me understanding this. So tomorrow my body's more familiar. Now, I could also do it on my side, right? Like here, right? And the idea is, those people that grab you from the side, like the side. So try to imagine somebody's shoulders here and their arm holding you like that across the body. And that's essentially what I'm doing is I'm feeling contact and I'm trying to see what can I do, right? What can I do with my arms and with my legs? So tomorrow when somebody grabs me, I don't think about the grab, I think about what I have free, right? When you watch me do demos, guys, it was so hard for me to explain sometimes now because I've had to explain so much for a year and a half. You realize what you're doing. You realize how much I was doing, but what happens to me and what you see or thought was so impressive is that when somebody grabs me, I don't think about the grab as much. I think about what I have free quicker. And that's why I find a solution. And I think that's not a gift. It's just over time with training, it's like somebody that is around so many problems, they realize you can't think of the problem. You just have to look at the solution and that's it. And those are pretty special people in our society because they just get stuff done because they don't focus on the problem, right? So we want to do that. You ever hear of that? I heard the phrase today, peacetime general or wartime general. You heard about this, right? You know the difference between the two, right? Like the guy that's, in a war, he hasn't got time to mess around, right? In the peace, you have time to think and analyze and But when you're training, you have to make yourself like a wartime one where realize what you have and take advantage of it quickly. You don't play around. Like it's just, you don't have time, right? So for me, when something bad happens to me, instead of resisting what happened or trying to understand it, I understand more what I have to do and what's free. Make sense? Just think of it like that. Now, we're going to do the same thing from standing in some different ways. Okay. Now, you can do it on a wall, but if you don't have one, it's fine. But it's the same thing of the floor as the wall. Like it's just stand up version, right? So everybody, let's stand up. I just get my tripod set up here. Give me a second. I hope nobody's going to make anybody dizzy. Okay. So I have walls around here too. Can everybody still hear me? I'm good. You're good? Okay. I'm going to use a pole. Pole is even better than a wall because I can move around it. I think you guys can still see me. So I'm going to touch the wall. I'm going to touch the pole here, right? And I'm going to, with that hand that's touching, it doesn't move like that. That stays still. And I'm going to try to imagine, if somebody's trying to stab you, right? Like when training, and I'm just moving and I'm moving my body. So as I'm touching the pole here, imagine somebody coming from my back or from the side or to my head. And I'm always moving, but with only holding my hand still on that spot. Okay, try it. Put your hand somewhere, just put it somewhere, touching something, and move all around as much as you can. Just imagine me there stabbing you now. You stab at your leg, move your leg. Stab at your stomach, move your stomach. Stab towards the head, move your head. Yeah, just move yourself. Try to visualize, me coming at you like that with the knife and see, yeah, Tom, that's it. Can you hold something still and move another part of your body? That's the goal. You can switch hands too, guys. Turn in all positions, but just hold the hand that's on the wall or pole. You have to hold it steady. Guys, watch me for a quick second. Just watch me. Look at you. You have to go really deep in this. Watch. I'm gonna touch the pole here. I touch my wall here, but look, my hand stays here. And look, I can make it all the way to the other side, right? So really go as far as you can. Like don't sell yourself short. By holding one spot, how far can you go? Check, right? Just check. You'd be surprised how much there is. Try it. Even close your eyes sometimes, guys. Try to be creative with this stuff that you can do. Twist, turn, rotate. Just imagine somebody stabbing you and hold the hand still. Awesome, guys. Okay, good. Come on. So that's just not bad. I so wish I was there to stab you guys. You move so much better, but it's okay. You got the idea. Now the same idea with your legs. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this down. You can see my legs. So, and it's really good for your legs, guys. Like strength wise too. It's a great drill. So I plant my. You ever remember Twister? Remember the game of Twister? These guys remember Twister. I put my foot and I keep the foot there and I see how far like I can move. Imagine somebody punching me, but I have to keep that there, okay? So you can imagine somebody grabbed your leg, right? And it doesn't move. So I can move everything, but not that leg. And then I can switch it, right? And the idea is that I try to go as low as I can, but I didn't move, right? So again, imagine somebody stabbing you, but you can't move one leg. Everything else you can move, but not that one leg. Try it. Be creative, guys. Start slow, but then explore. You just have to keep focused. Something's coming at you and that one foot or leg can't move. Imagine, slash to your head, slash to the legs, or one leg, slash to the stomach, move your stomach, slash to the back, move your back. Keep going, awesome. Okay, guys, good. Now, what I loved about Systema, one of the biggest things that to me, when I first started Systema that appealed to me was the concept of offense and defense was very close. Like defense became offense quickly. And often it's they played on that line like I've never seen. Okay, it was really good. So if you think about that analogy, if you push on my hand here, that the offense comes as a byproduct of this movement, right? So while I told you to hold the wall and move yourself like somebody stabbing you with the knife, now you're going to hold the wall and you're going to start to punch, you're going to start to kick, and those same movements are now offense. So I want you to study how to hold something and then punch and kick, whether it's a wall or the floor, but now standing up, hold something and then hold that steady and then right away try to punch or try to kick something, right? So check now your offensive stuff. So instead of thinking about somebody stabbing you, moving, now think about punching and kicking or any offensive thing. Go, try it, but holding the wall or something, okay? Awesome. So now, good guys, come on. So now it's like I bring it closer. So first I study how to touch with my hand, then my forearm, and then my body. So if you just watch me for a second, I study how to kind of move with my hand, then I touch with my forearm, and I study how to kind of move, but my arm is here, okay? My arm stays on. Then my shoulder, and my body, right? And I study, yeah, how to punch and kick while holding the wall or holding a pole. So you can go from your hand to your forearm to your body and still, it's going to obviously be tighter, it's smaller moves, but now try to kind of hold on the wall, but do something. So you're leaning on the wall, but you're doing something, okay? Try it. 2 minutes, it's just 2 minutes and we're gonna move on. Just some ideas of be aware of holding the wall and then doing something, whether it's moving or punching, but something. Eddie, put your back if you can on that door. Put your back. I know it's glass, but don't lean too hard. Lean back on it. Yeah, and then start to kind of move, but feel your back on the. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So imagine me pushing you like that on your chest, and you're just punching and kicking. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Tom. Exactly same thing. If Jake or you too, put your back on the wall, put your back somewhere up, and then just try to punch and kick. That's it. But feel the wall. Feel the wall. Awesome, guys. Good, good, good. Okay, you got it. You got it. Okay, come close. So point at the screen, like point right at your screen. Okay, right at me, right? So just point your right at my face, and very, very slowly start to walk backwards. Okay, and don't keep your finger pointed right here as you walk back and as you walk forward. So you're locked in and you're steady in the eyes and that finger, but your body's moving forward. Yeah, like 5 steps back. You don't have to go very far. Great. Okay, now watch me. So with one finger you point at me, and another finger you point at something just the ways. Okay. Now look in between. So you look not at this finger or that, but in between, and try to watch. Look in the middle, but see both things that you're doing, and then walk forward and walk backwards. So you're looking right in the middle, but you see both things that you're pointing at, but it's in the side of your eyes. Don't rush, don't rush. You're staying still with your eyes, but you're moving. Awesome, guys. Good. Come around. Unmute yourself if you want. How did it feel?
I
Cool.
like that
Did you see
peripheral
it?
vision thing. That was good.
There's a stillness in my eyes, right? There's a stillness in my eyes, but it's funny because your eyes having to be still, but they got to be in two places, right? Which is really interesting, right? But it's no different than all the other stuff. Your eyes are, they're like your arms, right? They can move. You can. I mean, you ever had anybody who's got a lazy eye? Have you ever? It starts to look like what's it called? Like a chameleon. It starts to look another spot. Guys, do you see how tomorrow when somebody stabs you or grabs your arm or hugs you, that all of a sudden you'll be aware of what you don't have, but you'll be aware of what you have. Like that's so important for me, it's the hardest thing as a teacher, especially when you're teaching now. I got, you see my kids are the teenage years now, right? And it's trying to show them, like, yes, you've lost some stuff now with the COVID stuff, but you have to focus on the other things that you have. Otherwise, it becomes a negative spiral. You start to become depressed and angry and a bitter person, right? As much as we want to complain about times now. Look, as my parents grew up during the war years and even depressions. Think of that. It doesn't compare to that. Okay, come on. Like we don't have it that bad. It is. Our parents. I think all of us can say our parents had it worse, much worse than now, than
Totally
COVID,
worse.
right? Totally.
Yeah.
So we when I see people complaining, it's like we need to stop a little bit, right? And
Oh,
if
yeah,
anybody
no.
should be complaining, it should be me. and I'm not, okay? Anyway, let me share with you a really interesting story. So on Thursday, I had a chance to go out. You guys know I like to go hunting, right? So I posted some stuff on Facebook and you can see it on some of the social media. So I got into the woods for turkey hunting this year. So I was out in the woods on Thursday, beautiful day. I had to be one of the nicest days of the year at that time, right? And 6 a.m, I'm on the ground. I'm completely camoed. I'm so excited. I hear, rustle, big noise. I'm like, what the hell is that? That's not a turkey. What the hell is that coming? And I'm on the ground now. So you have to understand, I'm on the ground. There's bears, there's coyotes,
Yeah.
not too many wolves, but so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, what is that? I look in the field because I'm in a forest. I look out to the field and I see 3 deer and they are playing like nobody's business. They're playing like 5-year-old kids. They're jumping and twisting and
What's the
turning.
whole
And I'm like, it's awesome. And it was beautiful to watch. And then one of them, you can't see me, guys. You can't see me. I posted what I was wearing. I look like a tree. There is no way you can see me. Okay. One of them looked in to where I was, like in the area, and was like, what's in there? I started to walk towards us, right? To walk towards me. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. I can't believe it. Now you gotta understand, I've got my bow now. Okay. And if this were 5 months later, I'd be shooting at that thing. Okay. So I'm on the ground and this thing comes in all the way within 10 feet of me, 3 of them. Guys, 10 feet to a 200-pound animal. Okay. And they were so curious. They didn't know what the hell I was. They didn't know who I was, what I was, but they knew that this lump wasn't there yesterday. That was not there. They knew what's in their house. It's like me adding a coffee table in your house. Would you notice it? Because that's what I was. I was like a little coffee table. Even though I look like the tree, I wasn't there before. And they came within, guys, 10 feet. You know how close 10 feet is? That's the closest I've ever been to an animal like that. 3 of them came. They were like, this is what they were doing. What is that thing? One of them started stomping. Like, I don't know. Like, if it was something, it would move. And they were so curious. Okay. And I had a loaded bow. Like, I'm here. They weren't scared the least bit at all. The moment they got just past 10 feet, I was like, oh man, this is getting a little close now, right? Like, they're not going to bite you, but it's just a wild animal and it's over 200 pounds. And for a moment, I was like, I wonder if they get closer when I'm going to move, right? Because I didn't care, but I wanted to see. And the moment I got even a little bit of like, uh-oh, like just, I wonder how much closer. They were gone. Like they felt it like that. They felt the tension from me instantly. I saw it with my own eyes. I couldn't believe it. It was the most profound thing I ever saw. I couldn't, guys, we have a sense or we can detect inside ourselves everything. Anything, at the moment you sense even a little bit, they detected it like that. We have the same skill. We have the same skill inside us to detect, but we have so much noise in our society, we can't hear it, right? So these drills that I'm showing you, like where you're aware of what you're doing, aware of what you're not doing, it's so powerful because it'll bring peace to your body. It will bring peace. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to edit your life and edit your movements and edit your systema and edit your hobbies. And you're going to be left with only what you need. And that's amazing. That's what I want for you guys to have we do, because then you're going to bring more happiness because you're going to start doing the things that you absolutely are essential. Remember last week I told you guys, thank you. Remember I told you last week, I said, we all have 1,000 things to do today, but really only 1 or 2 important things. That's it. That's so true. It's the same in our training. There's really only a few important things. And we get caught up on little things. Just remember that, okay? Have what you don't have and what you have, all right? Sorry, guys, somebody's trying to call me. See, there's my 1,000 things. But the important thing is you guys. Anyway, thank you guys. Tomorrow, when you come Wednesday,
Wednesday.
Wednesday, check your emails. I'll see if we need to bring it. We'll cover this topic, but again, in a different way, okay? Thank you, guys. Remember, watch what you do and watch what you don't do.
Sure, yeah. Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
Manny. Thanks a lot.
Bye, guys.
Thank
Awesome
you.
class.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Bye,
Have a nice day.
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.